At the beginning of the story, we are introduced to a boy searching online for the easiest way to die. While browsing, he comes across an advertisement for a taxi service with the slogan, "Don't die, take revenge." The boy initially considers calling the taxi service, but as he starts dialing the number, he hesitates, thinking it might just be a prank. Ultimately, he decides to ignore the ad. The next day, on his way to school, the boy struggled to walk due to his fractured leg. As soon as he spotted the three boys who had caused his injury within the school boundary, he lost his courage, and tears began streaming down his face. He turned away and went to his mother's fish shop. His mother, who was deaf and mute, managed her shop using a notepad to communicate. Seeing her condition made the boy even sadder, leaving him feeling utterly lost and unsure of whom to share his pain with. Suddenly, he remembered the ad for the taxi service. Without further hesitation, he called the number, and the taxi service agency's director, Jong Sung-chol, answered. Jong Sung-chol quickly dispatched a taxi to pick him up. After getting into the taxi, the boy asked the driver, "Where are we going?" The driver responded calmly, "We're going to take revenge." After some time, the boy starts sharing his story with the driver. He introduces himself as Park Jin-eon and begins to recount his experiences. Park explains that he was transferred to this school a few months ago. One day during a break, three boys approached him and began mocking him, making rude comments about the fishy smell coming from his uniform. Trying to remain polite, Park explained to them that his mother runs a fish shop, which is why his clothes often carry the scent of fish. From that day onward, those boys began targeting and bullying Park Jin-eon every day. After enduring their torment for a few days, feeling distraught, he decided to report the matter to the school principal. However, instead of offering help, the principal advised him to befriend those boys. To make matters worse, the principal also made a comment about the unpleasant smell coming from Park's clothes. As soon as Park stepped out of the principal's office, the boys cornered him again. This time, they forced him to accompany them to a bar. Once inside, they brutally beat him, tore his clothes, and even stole all his money. After enduring this abuse for several days, one day the boys took Park Jin-eon out onto the streets. That day, Park had nothing left to give them. Enraged, they threw him into the middle of the road, and one of them deliberately ran his bike over Park's foot to make it look like an accident. Determined to stand up for himself this time, Park decided to fight for his rights. He went to the police station and filed a report against the boys. However, instead of taking action, the police officer informed the school committee about the complaint. When Park returned home that evening, he was shocked to find the three boys sitting at the dinner table with his mother, eating as if nothing had happened. They had come to threaten him. The boys warned Park that if he dared to speak up about their actions again, they would kill his mother. The next day, during the school committee meeting, the principal brings up the topic of Park's injury. However, Park, fearing for his mother's safety, avoids the issue and lies, saying that he hurt his leg after falling while playing. Despite his attempt to downplay the situation, Park's mother notices something is wrong. She senses his distress and asks him to tell her the truth, but Park remains silent. Meanwhile, the three boys seize the opportunity to cover their tracks. They apologize to the principal, claiming that they will be more careful while playing in the future. With their apology, the matter is dismissed, and no further action is taken. After listening to Park's story, the taxi driver drives him to a gaming room and drops him off. Before leaving, the driver hands Park an envelope with a game number written on it. Confused but curious, Park enters the room and sits down at a console. As the game begins, a fairy-like figure appears on the screen and starts giving instructions. She informs Park that he will need to pay the taxi fare when the game is completed. She also warns him that he cannot reveal the existence of this taxi game to anyone. Initially, Park considers walking away, unsure of what he's gotten himself into. But as memories of the relentless bullying flood back, anger replaces his hesitation. Determined to seek revenge, he selects the yes option on the screen. In the basement of the taxi service, the team listens to Park's story. Go Eun, a member of the taxi service, starts her research on the case. Through her research, she finds out that one of the three boys is named Tai Seung, Taeseung's father is the school trustee, which is why he keeps doing whatever he wants in the school. Go Yun takes out the photographs of the three boys, after which, the head of the taxi service team says, "Although these three are minors, we should not ignore their actions." In the next scene, the taxi service team begins their revenge. Taxi driver Kim starts the car and drives to a restaurant. There, he takes someone else's food and mixes something into it. The food actually belongs to Park's teacher, and Kim deliberately adds medicine to it. After eating the food, Park's teacher falls ill. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Kim applies for the position of substitute math teacher at the school and is selected. The next day, Kim introduces himself and begins taking attendance. Taeseung, true to his disruptive nature, deliberately disturbs the class. Commenting on how nice the weather is outside, he leaves the class. After the class ends, Taeseung's friends throw an empty can of soda at Kim and tease him by asking for a cigarette. Kim responds saying, "How can you as students ask a teacher for a cigarette?" Taeseung then steps in to defend his friends, telling Kim that he is not their teacher, but just a part-time worker. He then slaps his friends and starts shouting, creating the illusion that Kim has hit him. Following this, they steal money from Kim's wallet and leave the school. One day, Taeseung asks his friends to order cigarettes because he wants to impress some girls. Being minors, they cannot purchase cigarettes themselves, so they approach a poor woman and give her money to buy the cigarettes for them. However, when the woman brings the cigarettes instead of paying her, they give her their leftover food and walk away. In the evening, all three boys arrive at a club with their girlfriends. Their girlfriends are delighted when they see the cigarettes. Meanwhile, Go Eun and Kim, who had installed a hidden camera in the club, are watching everything unfold. A short while later, a group of men in black suits arrives at the club. Taeseung hands one of them an envelope full of money. It is then revealed that these three boys are also involved in illegal activities. The next day, the three boys are smoking cigarettes in the school bathroom, where they are also bullying another boy. As this happens, Kim walks into the washroom and sees what is going on. Ignoring the trio, he turns to the bullied boy and tells him to come along as he wants to talk to him. When Seung objects, Kim sternly reminds him that he is their teacher and leads the boy out of the bathroom. In the next scene, the three friends are sitting at Seung's house, plotting how to teach Kim a lesson. The following day, they stop an old man on the street, asking him to buy cigarettes for them. But coincidentally, the man already has cigarettes. Taking advantage of this, they take the cigarettes from him. Later, one of the boys goes to the school and informs Kim that a child's parents are waiting to meet him. As soon as Kim steps out of the staff room, one of the boys sneaks in and places some obscene photo albums in Kim's bag. Meanwhile, Taeseung corners a female student and orders her to falsely accuse Kim. When she refuses, he grabs her hair and threatens her to comply. After some time, Kim wanders around the library, looking for the supposed parents, but he doesn't find anyone. Meanwhile, in a secluded section of the library, the girl removes her clothes, sits on the floor, and begins screaming. Her cries quickly draw a crowd. When a female teacher arrives and asks the girl why she is screaming, the girl accuses Kim of taking nude photos of her and hiding them in his bag. Standing nearby, Taeseung watches with a smug smile, satisfied that his plan is working perfectly. The female teacher scolds Kim harshly in front of everyone, and decides to check his bag to verify the girl's claims. However, just as she is about to do so, Kim glances at Taeseung and winks at him. This unexpected move leaves Taeseung and his friends confused. The principal gathers everyone in the classroom and sternly scolds Kim, questioning how such an incident could occur in his presence. Kim calmly responds saying, "This is a lie. I saw Seung alone in that room for a long time." Taking Kim's statement seriously, the principal orders a search of Seung's bag. To everyone's shock, the girl's nude photos are found in it. The blame immediately shifts to Seung. Furious, the female teacher turns to the girl and demands the truth about what happened in the library. The girl, trembling, admits, "An insect had gone into my shirt and I panicked. I lied about Kim." Kim smirks as he glances at Taeseung, who is now visibly unsettled. The scene then transitions into a flashback. It is revealed that when Seung's friend planted the obscene album in Kim's bag, Kim's pen, which was equipped with a hidden camera, had recorded the entire act. After watching the footage, Go-yoon took action. Disguised in a school uniform, she entered the staff room, removed the album from Kim's bag, and placed it in Tae-seung's bag. This clever move turned the tables on Seung and his friends. In the room, the female teacher apologizes to Kim after realizing he is innocent. Kim, pretending to be deeply emotional, thanks her, and acts as if he's holding back tears. Meanwhile, after enduring severe scolding from the principal and the teacher, Tae-seung loses his temper. He blames one of his friends for the fiasco and starts beating him. Later, as they leave the school, the three boys see the police interrogating the old man who had given them cigarettes earlier. It turns out he was selling marijuana instead of cigarettes. When the police ask him about his customers, the man starts pointing towards Seung and his friends. Panicking, the trio immediately runs away from the scene. Fearing further trouble, they gather all the remaining cigarettes they have and head to a secluded spot in the jungle, where they hurriedly bury them in the ground. The next day, before the class starts, Seung tells everyone that if anyone talks to the teacher, he will kill them. A few moments later, when Kim comes to the class and wishes good morning to the students, no one turns back to greet him. Seung deliberately takes out his phone to play a game to provoke Kim, and his friends start recording a video to capture Kim getting angry. But Kim understands their plan, and tells the students that today they will not study, but will watch some videos. He then plays a video on the screen in which the three boys are burying cigarettes in the ground. After this, Kim immediately closes the video, and says that he played the video by mistake. Seung and his friends are shocked. After the class, they ask Kim about it. Kim says that he was actually enjoying the view of the forest, but suddenly his eyes fell on those three and he recorded their video. All three of them start explaining to Kim that they don't smoke marijuana. Kim also pretends to take their side and says that he won't tell anyone. In the next scene, the three of them go to the forest again and start digging in the place where they had hidden the cigarettes. However, they don't find anything there. At that moment, Seung gets a call from Kim. He tells Seung that he has handed over the cigarettes to the police but doesn't reveal his name. Seung feels a sense of helplessness upon hearing this. The next day, to irritate Seung, Kim asks him to buy food. When Seung refuses, Kim reminds him of the marijuana incident, leaving Seung with no other option. Kim gives him the money and tells him to keep the remaining change, which makes Seung even more angry. After class, the three of them search for marijuana on the internet, and find out that possessing it is illegal, and that they could be jailed for up to 5 years. Seung immediately calls Kim and threatens to kill him. Upon returning home, the three of them see Kim playing a game with Seung's dad. Seeing this, Seung's anger intensifies. In the next scene, Kim is lying on Seung's bed in his room and demands $1 million from the three boys. Seung agrees but places a condition. He will decide the day and time to give the money. As soon as Kim leaves, Seung calls someone for help. In the following scene, Kim meets Park and asks him to start going to school again. He also gives Park some food. After Kim leaves, Park helps his mother close her shop. When asked about the food, Park says that his teacher gave it to him. The next day, Kim reaches the school terrace to collect the money, where some men in black suits are present. Go-yeon asks Kim if she should keep the setup ready, to which Kim agrees. Then, Kim and the men engage in a fierce fight, with Kim defeating each of them one by one. Meanwhile, Seung attempts to attack Kim, but Kim notices him and stops. Kim begins to move towards Seung, causing his condition to worsen. Kim tells him that he doesn't have the courage to jump from the roof himself, but still forces others to do so. Kim then kicks Seung and throws him off the terrace. Afterward, Kim turns towards Seung's friends, who begin folding their hands in front of him. In fear, their pants become wet. Kim reminds them of Park and demands that they admit their mistakes in front of everyone. In the next scene, both of Seung's friends ask the police to arrest them. They confess that they should be locked up for bullying Park. The two are extremely scared after witnessing Seung's fall and death. In the following scene, we see Kim visiting a bakery, where he had kept someone captive. The captive is revealed to be Seung. It turns out that when Go-yeon discussed the setup with Kim, His team had placed a large inflatable bed underneath the building. Seung had fallen onto it and was left unconscious. Kim makes Seung speak to the gangster with whom he had fought on the terrace. The gangster refuses to help Seung or to ever assist him again, advising him instead to listen to his teacher. Seung says that he doesn't have any money, to which Kim responds by offering him a deal. Seeing Seung's condition, Kim tells him to remember all the boys he had bullied in the past. Kim then offers him a proposition. From this day forward, Seung will never bully anyone again. Kim lights candles on a cake and tells Seung that this marks a new beginning in his life. That same evening, Kim meets Park and hands him the total taxi fare. Park becomes sad when he sees such a high amount, but Kim reassures him that he can pay the money little by little. By doing so, he tells Park, he will become stronger. In the next scene, taxi service director Jong Sung-chul meets Park's mother and informs her that his organization is providing Park with a scholarship, covering his educational expenses. Park's mother is overjoyed upon reading this and begins crying with happiness. After this day, Park's life gradually returns to normal, like that of any other child. During this time, Kim keeps a close eye on him to ensure that he doesn't face any difficulties.